Hello, everybody. This is Adrian Ormante, but you know me as Esteban Julio Ricardo Montoya de Rosa Ramirez from the Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. You're listening to the DJ DANI Show. Now get out of my face, fool.
Good evening, everyone. Today is Tuesday, February 18, 2020. Welcome to the DJ DANI Show on HamiltonRadio.net stream HR2 with our brand new time from 6:30 to about 7:45 Eastern Standard Time. I'm also honored and excited to announce our guest, but I have an amazing co-host, my beautiful sister.
Hey.
So, Mary, thank you for coming, especially for today. I appreciate it.
I wouldn't miss this.
And real quick, before we get to our guest, Cody, DJ DANI Show is sponsored to you by
Smoke and Bacon. Smoke and Bacon Community, a community-based social media platform with over 20 different unique communities and growing. Designed as an alternate social media platform for people who question the status quo, both those who are curious and those who ask WTF. You know what that means. Tired of being in Facebook jail? Is your content too edgy, raw, or free thinking? Well, we developed the Smoke and Bacon to be the platform for free thinkers and rebels to share what they want. Additional community activities include social contests and giveaways, daily and nightly exciting live streams, new engaging communities launching monthly, social media the way you want it. Available now in the Apple and Google Play stores. Join us today.
All right, I think we need to get to our guest. Do you have anything you want to say? Who's our guest, Rosie?
Welcome to the show, Cody Linley.
We are so honored, really excited to have you. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to talk to y'all.
I feel like I annoyed you with so many emails, and I think I said thank you in every single email, but I really mean it from the bottom of my heart.
Oh, yeah.
Because this is the best thing you could do for your fans and, us interviewing you. So thank you.
My pleasure. And yeah, gratitude is where it's at. So you can never say thank you too much. That's wonderful.
That's definitely true. You want to start?
Well, let's start with, when did you first get into acting? Like, when did you know that was what you wanted to do?
My mom is an acting coach, still is today. I am as well. I do acting and teach acting. My older brother was an actor, and I saw them doing it all the time, and I kind of just lucked into it very young. But when I really decided that I wanted to do it was around 7 years old. I started going out for auditions, and once I was on My Dog Skip when I was 8 years old, then I really knew that it's exactly what I wanted to do. Because sometimes, you have a dream, and then you try it out and you think, well, maybe this isn't all it's cracked up to be. But it really was such an amazing gift. So much fun. It takes a lot of work, and it can be very challenging. But it feels very rewarding to be able to tell stories and to embody characters and to do something that feels very powerful and has a lot of meaning to me.
So it kind of runs in the family then.
Totally. Yeah. In my blood. From the beginning, I guess. I was around it, so I'm very grateful for my mom, Catherine Sullivan, who's in the Dallas area, and my parents. They were very supportive. A lot of actors don't get started until later in life because their parents don't support them at all. But, from the beginning, my mom said, if you want to do this, let's do it. And I think that we were able to do it in a balanced way where it wasn't just work only. I still got to, have a childhood as well.
That's important. There has to be some kind of balance.
Yeah, I was going to say, you did get education, right? You didn't do homeschool?
So what I would do is, for about half of the year, I would go to public school.
Okay.
And then the second half of the year, I would do a charter school where you go in and take tests once or twice at school, and the rest you do at home, and you read and learn on your own. And so that worked out because if I came out to LA for a few months to audition, I could, go all around, audition for this, try out for that, come home, do my schoolwork, practice the sides for the next day, and just do it again. And like I said, although it was challenging, I'm very grateful that I did it because, once you become an adult, it's the same thing. Whatever your field is, you have to continue to work on your craft in order to grow.
Well, like you said before, when you were talking about acting, as it is, in your blood and family related, your first role was that the movie? What you said for Skip?
My Dog Skip.
My Dog Skip.
Yeah.
That was my first feature film
Okay.
when I was 8 years old. My first role was actually when I was 4 years old.
Oh my gosh.
My mom was going to pick up a check at this casting agency that I guess she worked in some building and taught. And a casting woman saw me and she said, "Oh, he's so cute. We should, audition him for this Ruby Tuesdays commercial."
Aww.
And it's hiding my mom's leg. And my mom was like, "Nah, I think he's really shy. I don't really think that he would want to do that." And then I came from behind her leg. I was like, "No, I'm not shy. I can do this. I want to try it." So I auditioned for it. I booked it. And then I had a lot of fun. I got to work with adults and have fun and pretend to, draw on paper. And then I got paid at the end. My mom gave me some money. I went and bought a G.I. Joe.
Oh my gosh.
That's so cute.
I was just like, wow, this is a really cool gig. I get to play Imagination Land and get paid for it. And so at that time, I was only 4 years old. I was only doing it part-time. The rest of the
Yeah.
just running around,
So good, girl.
squirting water guns.
Oh. Well, that's really so exciting. I mean, it started at a young age, but I'm guessing when you became older and you felt like this was a role or this is something that you want to portray in your life, that is when you started to get more into acting and taking it seriously.
Absolutely, yeah. I was very lucky to be able to live in Texas and to book a lot of work out of that area, like My Dog Skip. I auditioned for that in Texas, and Where the Heart Is, and a couple indie films, and Geniality even. I booked them all out of Texas.
Wow.
Okay.
So it was a sort of, start small and do bigger work before I came out to LA,
Yep.
because that's an extra pressure, or, there's more competition out there. So you have to feel ready for that move. And
Yeah.
I think I'm grateful again to my mom, because I never felt pressured or rushed into things. She always said, if you don't want to do this, you can just play basketball and go to school and whatever. But if you want to, then I'm down to help you, and I'll do everything I can. And she did. And that's kind of the approach I take with my students today now, that I've been teaching now for 15 years.
Oh
Wow.
my gosh. Okay.
The last few years I've been doing more teaching than acting, I just want to encourage my students to do their best and to work hard and to help them out. So I wanted to let you know, and all your listeners, that I created a special coupon for my online course. It's called DJ DANI 2020.
Oh.
That is the coupon code. So that will get you my online course for $90. Normally it's $300, and
Not bad.
the link to go there is in my Instagram, and I'm just at Cody Linley on Instagram, or you can type in Cody Linley actingclass.teachable.com. But it's really fun. It's really interesting, and I just want to put it out there because there might be someone out there who can't go to acting class because they live out in the middle of a farm or something. But it has lectures and demonstrations and embodiment exercises and interactive exercises that you can apply to your work time again. So I've just taken what I've learned from being on set and from the teachers I've learned and put it all into an online class for those of people out there who are interested into getting to acting. I would definitely send them that way because I put a lot of love into it, and I hope that.
Oh, you definitely did. That's we appreciate that. I didn't know anything about your code. Thanks for throwing me off.
Yes, it's only valid until the end of the month. So
Okay. Well,
check
that's
it out.
an amazing.
There's a bunch of free stuff on there too. So if you want to scope it out first, there's a free warm up, and you can learn more about this thing at CodyLinleyActingClass.teachable.com, and then DJ Danny 2020. That's the coupon code.
Perfect.
Yep.
Wow. Thank you so much.
Sounds amazing.
Isn't it?
I definitely want to check it out.
I was going to say, I mean, me and her did a lot of acting when we were younger, too.
Oh, boy.
So maybe we'll use you as our coach.
Absolutely. And my website's actingwithcody.com. If you want to do private lessons, I do that as well.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, see? He really does.
That
Do you
is
guys,
really
do you do
nice.
games with the person, too? Like, I know it's over Skype and
Acting
stuff, but
exercises.
yeah. Well, like,
Yeah,
zip, zap, zap.
we do improv games. The class that's on my teachable.com thing is actually a very unique approach because it's great for kids and teens and really all ages, but it uses animals and nature's elements. So it helps people get into the character's body and mindset and the instinctual action and reaction, which I think is really helpful because not only do we want to analyze a character and kind of get into the head, but getting into the body and connecting to the emotions, that's what I feel can make a really powerful performance.
Wow.
That's so deep.
I'm like, yeah, no, you're very deep, and it's crazy because you're a teacher. You're an acting teacher now.
Thank you.
It's
Yes,
pretty-
I'm very passionate about both acting and teaching.
I think it's really nice that you want to share your wisdom and what you've learned with other people.
It really is.
And you're not charging thousands of dollars to do it. Like, you genuinely care. It's really sweet.
Thank you. Y'all are sweet as well.
So, getting more into acting as you are a teacher and everything, going a little bit from your past, from, previous roles that you played and were in.
She just wants to talk about Hoot. She loves that movie.
Awesome.
How did you even know? Okay,
She's
so
obsessed with
I
it.
just really want to know, though, where did the name Mullet Fingers come from? Like, was this a name that was already the role? Is this something you came up with? Like, I need to know. I'm sorry.
Carl Hyacin, who wrote the book, named my character Mullet Fingers because such a great name, Mullet Fingers.
Right?
It makes me like someone with the mullet and it has fingers attached to it in the back. I don't know. But a mullet is a fish, and as mullet fingers, I could catch a fish with my hands.
Yep, your character could, right?
That was my nickname, yeah.
Okay. No, I just really needed to know because every time I would watch that movie, I'd be like, where did this name come from?
That makes sense, though.
But-
That it's a fish.
Yeah, I am a big fan of Hoot. She's not lying.
Yeah, she watches it a lot.
I probably will.
Awesome.
So, but I wanted to know a little bit, maybe first, how did you get your role for Hoot? Like, did you have a management? Did your mom help you?
Both, yeah. I had an agent and I believe a manager at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I auditioned for it. I got coached with it. Actually, I had a friend of mine who coached me. My mom always helped prepare me for all my auditions, but there was someone else who helped me on that one because, every now and then my mom was like, well, let's try someone else. I want you to get some other eyes on it.
Smart.
And the woman actually has since passed, but she gave me a lot of help. And going in, I made my hair really messed up and I wore like a sleeveless shirt because I was supposed to be a really wild guy. I live in the woods, protect these owls. I'm all alone as this young kid. So it was funny. It's, sometimes you read a role and you want it so bad, and sometimes you almost feel like it was meant to be. That was one of those ones where I was like, oh my God, I have to get this. Please, I want it so bad. And for a month went by where I didn't hear anything. And I'm like, did I get a call back yet? Did I get a call back?
Yeah,
And I
I'm eager.
give up. And finally they're like, you know what, they want to see you again. I'm like, yes, I'm going back in. There's no way no one else can get this. I have to get this. So I just was super overjoyed to do it. And yeah, I had the time of my life on that set. I mean, we got to spend a summer in Fort Lauderdale. I got to drive a boat and live on the beach and work with an amazing cast.
Logan and Bray, yeah.
Oh yeah. They were amazing. I cherish those memories so much. I learned so much from working with Brie Larson and Logan Lerman and Luke Wilson, Robert Wagner, the whole crew. Jimmy Buffett was the producer on that. He made music, and it was just a very relaxed environment.
Mm-hmm.
It was hot and humid if you've ever been to Florida in the summer, but luckily I was barefoot for the entire shoot, so I could just kind of
You were
back
lucky.
over.
That's awesome, though. Yeah, it really is.
And the owls had to be really cool to work with.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Were they?
We
They
got
were real, right? Not animatronic.
some of them were animated, but
Okay.
some were real, and I got to hold one of the burrowing owls.
Oh.
Yeah, and that was really unique. And of course, now I'm vegan and have been, meat free for almost 10 years now.
Wow.
And so, looking back on it, it's kind of cool that the message still promotes just, protecting wildlife.
Mm-hmm.
That's a huge thing, but also just no animal cruelty. Like I'm all about that, and it's a personal choice. So like I don't try to like preach and tell people, oh, you need to go vegan, but I definitely encourage people who are on the fence and they're like, should I try it? I'm like, yeah, give it a shot for a day, see if you can do it, and then if that, maybe try a week. But it's really helped me with my overall health. And
Are you vegan?
He just said he is.
I
Really?
I am.
10 years.
Wow. I'm vegetarian 2 years.
Right on. Good for you.
Thank you. How did you do vegan? Now we have to do this. I'm sorry. I'm putting you on the spot. I didn't know.
I eased into it. I started out vegetarian
Mm-hmm.
for about 8 months, and then I went vegan. Two of my best friends are vegan, and I saw them eating it, and I tried their ice cream. I'm like, well, it doesn't taste as good as, real ice cream or whatever, but it tastes pretty good. So now it's just the way I live. I drink almond milk instead of cow's milk, dairy milk, and my go-tos are like sweet potatoes, rice and beans, avocados, salads, kale, protein shakes. So I eat actually more now that I'm vegan, and I do feel healthier and stronger, even though I'm not getting meat. I could still find plenty of protein from nuts, beans, and
Legumes.
protein.
Like
Salt.
legumes. Yeah.
Was
Was
there anything hard about it? Like in the beginning, was there anything that you missed? Like
Meat?
cheese or anything
Egg?
like that?
Sure. I mean, it's awkward at first because so many restaurants don't accommodate vegans. So, you used to go to the restaurant and you're like, I don't know, all this looks good. But now, well, I can only get fajitas and they have to be vegetarians. So that pretty much limits my options. But more and more places are having better and better options, and you can get creative and cook your own things. And I think that's what would happen if ever I had. It's sort of the memory you attach to it. Like I grew up on meat potatoes and being able to grill out and hang out with my brothers and my stepdad. It was just a really big bonding thing. So that was the one part that kind of was hard for me. But I still get to go enjoy those kind of dinners with them. We just cook different type of foods.
Yeah.
They have fake meats like the field roast, or on Thanksgiving we create like a tofurkey. We just kind of do the same kind of food, but a vegan version of it.
Okay, that's
It's
not
really
bad.
admirable
Yeah,
that
I
you
eat
stuck
the
to it.
vegetarian portions of like garden and corn, like those kind of types. So they're delicious. They're my favorite. Because they're just soy. Yeah, they're just soy protein. So I'm still getting my protein as well.
I feel like such a bad person because I still
She's a meat eater.
I can't cut it out. But much respect to anybody that can. It doesn't seem easy.
like Cody.
Yeah,
You can go.
It's really admirable that you can be a vegan. Lots of respect for that.
Thank you so much.
You go next.
No, you go.
Which one?
Whatever you feel the conversation goes,
Let's
just talk to
see.
him.
Well, after you did how long was it before you booked your role with Disney on Hannah Montana?
Great question. So I was 15 when I filmed Hoot.
Okay.
I was 16 when I did Hannah Montana. So
All right.
Wow. Okay.
Right after.
So yeah.
yeah, but it was the summer. I was 15 in the summer, and then it was probably 5 or 6 months later. Pilots around January or February. Now I lived with my friend and his mom and his little sister, and my mom and I would sleep on an air mattress in this one room and she's bathroom.
Oh.
And yeah, every year we would either drive out to LA. It would take like 20 hours. We'd pack our convertible and like drive all the way there, or we would fly out. And at this time we were flying out. And yeah, I went in, I auditioned. It went well. I grew up watching Disney, and so when I first got the audition, though, at that point, I was a little bit hesitant because I was like, well, I've been in movies. Like, I don't know. I don't want to be on a show if it's cheesy or corny or something. But I read the role, and I was like, well, I don't know. I'll give it a shot. Let's try it out. I went, and then when I went for the callback, I met Miley. They had a chemistry read, and I actually had met her previously because my mom coached her before she went in on her final callback.
Oh, okay.
And so we immediately had chemistry. Like, she was super fun and wild and silly, and I responded to that well, and it just worked. And so it was one of those things where I went in, I did the thing, I came out, and then I found out, hey, you got this offer. And to be honest, at first, it was like my heart was telling me yes, but my head was telling me no. At first, I'm not sure if I should do this, because what if people see me this way, and it's I want to be serious and not funny, or oh, it's TV versus movie and this and that. And my parents and my manager, they said, look, it's an opportunity. You never know where it could lead. I think it might be a good idea. And I think that they were wise in giving me that advice, because I ultimately took that advice. And then a dozen episodes later, 4 seasons later, we got to do something that was kind of iconic, and I never expected it to be as big as it was. And it was a blast. I learned so much from it, and I still have people that recognize me as Jake Ryan out in the streets today. And I'm just glad that I was able to do something and put something out there that people responded to. It was a fun role, and so that's how that went.
Well, question, when you were doing Jake Ryan, did you ever think, for being in the few episodes that you were, that your character would forever come back?
Yeah,
constantly,
like be super
or have
important.
That connection with Miley. Like, come on.
No, you were Endgame.
Thank you.
I think he's blushing. Stop. Go.
Oh yeah, it was a guest starring role with a possible recur.
Okay.
And after we were on set on day one, after we had done the first episode, I found out that we're going to do at least one more. And then it was sort of like, oh, we're going to do one more. And then it turned into doing 4 in season 1. And it just really, the writers were really interested, and it was great for them to be able to take to create the romance in the show.
Oh, we know, yeah.
So, yes, I think I answered the question. I kind of forgot what you just said, but yeah.
It's okay.
Did you think the role was going to come as important as it was? I think that's what she meant, right?
Oh, yeah. I wasn't sure. And then another thing is that the night I was on it, in front of a live audience, they aired the pilot episode, and it aired as the biggest Disney show of all time as far as ratings and views. And so I thought, wow, okay, well now I'm on a show that was breaking records and part of history. So I hoped at that point. While at first I was a bit reticent of like, I don't know if I should do this. After I actually was doing it, I thought, wow, this is great. I love it. Let's do it. Let's keep going.
And I think everybody absolutely loved watching you too, because not only did you kill that role, but you had that whole like jerky bad boy thing going on in the beginning. And everybody likes that.
Oh,
and you
come
were
on.
really cute.
Well, he's still cute.
Yeah,
You
I
have to
know,
give
but
him
you
the
know what I
props.
mean.
Okay.
When I first saw you, I
You
thought
can't
you were
lose
really
it. You're
cute.
still cute. No worries. But I wanted to just know a little bit, Cody. What's the difference between you and Jake Ryan? Like, do you feel like sometimes you can be Jake Ryan? Like, if you want to be, are you slick like that?
He
kind of thing?
seems too down to earth to be as cocky as Jake.
Yeah,
see.
I appreciate that.
I just want to know.
No, definitely. I think that's some fun of being an actor is to be able to transform and play roles that might be opposite of us or a bit different than us. Although all characters do live within us, it's sort of like putting a magnifying glass on that aspect of you. But going into it, I was a bit nervous because honestly, at that age, 10 years ago, or I guess it was 14 years ago at the very beginning, but I was very shy, kind of quiet, and the character called for kind of being very proud of himself and kind of going and loud.
Love it.
And so that was a bit of a challenging transition to be able to do that, and then just working out the kinks with the writers and being able to make the character full of himself, but not to the point where he's extremely rude. It's just sort of like he didn't really know any different. He's just used to being served everywhere he goes. So
yeah.
It's wild because sometimes when people meet me, they assume that I'm gonna be just like Jake Ryan, where I guess,
Oh, that's wonderful.
but I actually don't like as much attention as Jake Ryan does, and that he might bask in it. I'm sort of like, okay, I'd rather just sort of, slide in the back door and just kind of play it cool. But
Or slip away slowly. Yeah.
every character we play has a big lesson to teach us, and from that role, I learned to really embody my power and to not be afraid to stand up and shine bright, really.
Do you feel like that one episode of Hannah Montana where Miley's character wants you to hide that you're Jake Ryan? Was he Milo?
Oh yeah, that was
Did
after.
that feel like that was you? Like really you, Cody?
No,
No, because he wasn't like Jake Ryan. He was different. He wasn't more loud.
Milo was more horrible than Jake.
Yeah, Milos. That was actually at the time
I
I had.
finished this whole season.
I watched Borat. Sacha Baron. I think he's so brilliant and hilarious as a comedian.
Yeah.
And that was the time that Borat had come out, and I went and saw that movie with my mom and a friend of mine and her dad, who was a preacher. It was very awkward and funny, and silly, but so I was always. They asked me on set. They were like, "Okay, we want to do this thing, make you have a different voice. Can you do a New York accent?" I'm like, "Well, at the time I couldn't. I could only do a Southern accent."
Okay.
And then they're like, what kind of accents can you do? And so I kind of started to talk like this a little bit. And like, be from like Kazakhstan or I don't know, somewhere. And I'm like, all right, why not? So it was fun because I got to kind of be a part of that character creation in the writer's room.
Oh,
and
cool.
Yeah. And it was such a
Give ideas.
oftentimes I was more of a I felt like a straight man in the scenes, and the other characters were getting to play jokes.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was Slosh, I definitely get to throw down some punchlines, and that was a fun switch for me.
I didn't know that
Something
was
different.
Borat inspired, but I kind of had a feeling that's what the accent was supposed to be like because it reminded me of that when I was watching it. So now I know.
Yeah.
That's cool.
All right, we're going to do a question from Twitter. So this is by Kit Burrell. She wants to know, have you ever considered writing for screen since you teach screenwriting at your mom's school? If you would rather write by yourself or have a writing partner? That's really good.
Ooh.
Thanks.
Wow.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, actually, I last year I wrote a screenplay, and I can't really go into the details about what the story is because I'm still in the rewriting process.
Yeah, it's still in the works.
That is something that I want to continue because I found such a joy in it. And I think that I work probably best alone with writing, but I wouldn't be opposed to having a writing partner. one fun thing about writing is that as an actor, you get the script and then you get to interpret it. But as the writer, you really get to create the story. And it feels really fun because when you're doing it, it kind of feels like if you've ever made music and you feel like in the zone, or if you've ever freestyled and flowing, it's sort of like the music's just coming through you. And that's how, whenever the best times when I was at work, it just felt like that I was just a channel for the stories that are out in the ethers that are coming through me. I know that sounds kind of woo-woo and wild, but
No, it doesn't. It's inspirational.
Thank you. But that's what's really fun about it. So I look forward to being able to share my works with the world very soon. I plan on doing a short film first.
Wow.
And then,
Okay. Keep me in the works with this. This sounds awesome.
I will. Yeah.
We'd love to help promote you. So.
Thank you. I'll keep you in the loop.
Yeah, of course. Cody, we're also going to look at your Instagram because you have like almost 70 people.
So I guess we'll go back and forth on the questions.
Yeah, because we want to give your fans some time too. So here.
Let's see.
And let him know the name so he can shout it out.
Okay.
But he only wants to do a few.
Oh,
that's what he made it like.
Daniel Wasek 1001 on Instagram said he has learned so much from your courses and he's been able to take advantage of countless of opportunities thanks to you.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you, David Wessex. Appreciate that.
Let's see.
Encourage you to keep chasing your dream and work hard and do your best.
I like this one. Now that the new decade is here, what goals do you have and what would you like to accomplish? From Sarah MB717.
All right. Sarah MB177.
717.
717?
Yes.
Okay. Sarah B717. Okay. That's a really great question because didn't y'all feel it when it became 2020, didn't it sort of feel like, wow, we're in a new era, it's a new decade, like anything's
possible? Y'all. I'm sorry.
I really felt that, and so although 2019 may have felt like the close of a lot of things, a lot of new things are happening for me. Like I'm moving this year.
Wow.
As I said, my teaching business has been flourishing. I've been leaning into that more, and now the opportunities with writing and of course continuing to grow and act and learn new things and get out there and audition and have meetings. But what my big goal is similar to what I had mentioned that Jake Bryan had told me, was that now's the time to really step up and shine bright and just tell my story and don't hide anymore. Because when I became, if I could say, famous, when I was so young, around 18 years old, I had lots of attention from Dancing with the Stars and Hannah Montana. It felt a bit overwhelming, and I got a little scared, and I kind of went into my shell a little. But it's a big responsibility, you know. Like I say, with great power comes great responsibility.
Oh, definitely. Well, with your character too. You probably had more pressure on that too.
I think that I've done a lot of inner work, and now I'm at a point where I feel capable of handling that responsibility. At that time, I didn't really have, there's no manual or training book that can prepare you for something like that. And so I feel a lot more confident in myself, and I want to share that love outwardly, and to do it in projects that I feel passionate about, that have a transformational message and that you can relate to, and that ultimately uplift the community. Oh,
that's really beautiful.
No, seriously, it's making me really teary-eyed. I'm sorry.
It's making me emotional
yes,
too.
Very beautiful. But you know what? It's the way that you feel and the way you want to get back to everyone, and I think that's very beautiful.
Well, everybody has a every man for himself, I'm not going to share what got me to the top mentality. And like I said, the fact that you want to share and help other people reach their dreams just like you got yours is so amazing and admirable, and we need more people like you in the world.
Definitely.
Honestly.
And it's also great too because you're from Disney Channel, and some Disney Channel people
Everybody.
have a little ego, and it takes above everything. So
I think that, of course I still have an ego, and
you do not have an ego, please.
No, I want to. It's going to help other people by collaborating and putting those stories out there, but also I get to be a part of it. I get to do the fun. I get to have a wonderful job, and I'm just really grateful. And honestly, being able to be a teacher and start to stop looking at it from like, oh, like I want this job, or like I need this, and being able to see it from the outside perspective and realize, you know what, it's already a gift. You being able to do this acting and spend time playing and believing, we're already in such a privileged position when many people, of course, around the world are struggling just to survive. So if I remind myself that it's not just about what I want, but what's for the highest good, then that's what kind of corrects my ego if ever I start to feel like, oh, I need this, or this hasn't happened in time. It's like everything's happening in the perfect timing, and I do believe that I'm learning the lessons I need to learn so that I'm ready for the next challenge to come.
You're a good person.
Definitely is. I was going to ask, some people are asking me, they wanted to know if you're still close with Miley, or who do you feel the closest that you were on set with on Hannah Montana?
Oh, yes. I have lost touch with most of the people on the show, but
Well, people are busy.
Yeah.
But they are,
Yeah.
Everybody's so busy. But when we run into each other, we contact each other like on Instagram, like we'll comment and reply and things like that. And I ran into Emily Osment at a meeting, and we hugged each other, and they're all so sweet. Like I ran into Moises on the airplane over the holidays, and Moises Arias, who was on the show as well.
Yeah, Rika. Yeah, we know who he is. You're good.
Oh, he played Rico.
Yeah.
So it's crazy because we're all growing up. We some of us look different. Like Miley's all tatted, Emily's on a new show, and Moises, he's grown up, and but we really shared something special together, and working on set was a blast. We would play ping pong and Guitar Hero when we were going to school. Mitchell was like skateboarding, and I was like, ooh. My brother hurt himself skateboarding, so I just coast. I don't do tricks, but he was pretty good.
It was fun to watch.
Yes, absolutely.
Sounds like a great behind-the-scenes environment, too. Everybody actually getting along.
I mean, the deleted scenes, when they always did that for Hannah Montana, I think that was the best. I love your bloopers. Everybody's bloopers are just
Bloopers
the
are
best.
fun.
Yes.
Yes, totally. I mean, there was a lot of silly stuff. Like, there was a prop guy who had a fart machine. He put it in the bushes, and like we would do the kissing scene, Miley and I, and then Larry would press the fart button, and it would be like, and then everyone would laugh, and Miley would be like, Larry. So we were playing pranks on each other like that, and I feel very lucky to have been able to get into acting at a young age.
Did you know? Did you know of Frances Collier, Roxy, the one that played Roxy on Hannah Montana? Like, did you get to?
I think he was in a few
couple of
episodes
scenes,
with her.
right? Or was it when?
The Bodyguard.
Yeah,
Roxy like a
Roxy.
puma.
Yeah.
It
Comedian now.
So I'm kind of blanking on. Could you describe how they look?
Roxy like a puma.
She
was
has,
the
I think she has dreadlocks.
dreadlocks. You might need to
Okay.
show him a picture.
And she was Hannah Montana's bodyguard.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But I'm trying to think because you were in a few scenes with her too.
I may have been. I don't remember because it was a while ago.
Yeah.
I did get to work with Dolly Parton, and of course, Billy Ray Cyrus and
Vicki Lawrence?
Cheryl. I didn't. Do what?
You didn't get to meet Vicki? Did you meet Vicki Lawrence?
Oh, Vicki. No, totally.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Mama.
gonna say I wasn't when the Jonas Brothers came on. I think I visited and watched their episode. They were very kind, and when my brother passed away when I was 21, I ran into Nick Jonas.
I'm so sorry.
Thank you so much. He said, so sorry for your loss. He's with God now. And that was just really kind because I had met him at the Disney Channel games when I was about 15.
Yes.
So just hear and to know, of course, he's got a lot of brothers just like I do. I'm sure he kind of was feeling what I was going through at that time. And so it was just great to get support from him. And I'm just so proud of like all my friends and the people I grew up with to see like Demi Lovato out there crushing it, Selena Gomez like doing amazing things, and all these people who I grew up doing acting or now they're doing music, or Brie Larson won like an Oscar, just doing amazing. So it's really inspiring, and it just continues to remind me that it's my passion. This is what I want to do, and it's really possible. I've done it before, and I'll do it again, and I'm continuing to do it now. So
yeah, it's beautiful. And you know what? Even though this is your time to get back and everything, you on the other end, you might end up with that Grammy or that Emmy for everything that you did for everyone,
or an Oscar.
We are really, truly excited for what's in the works for you. And I know we're going to be mentioning Solve in a few minutes as well, because we're going to promote that for you, so we could talk about your character.
I want to know about it. I love podcasts.
But I wanted to just say that it's really pretty amazing everything that you've done and did, and how you're giving it all back to everyone.
And
just
you
like
got a
my sister
lot
said.
of good karma coming your way.
And we're pushing ours too to you. So it's very beautiful. All right, so we're going to go on.
I was just saying thank you, and we can talk about the Solve podcast. Absolutely, it's out now. So
I know
I was in an episode right around my birthday. I turned 30 in November.
No, you don't look 30.
I know. What?
You look a lot younger than 30.
Yeah, you look like you're 25.
You look good.
Or less than.
I'm trying to promote the beard, and
it looks
older.
good. Yeah, keep that. It looks good. Yeah.
So if you all want to hear some of my newest work, I'm in a podcast. It's called Solve, and then the episode is called The Rat. It's the season finale. I get to play Eddie Doyle, who is a gang leader.
Wow.
And I end up getting killed at the end of it. Spoiler. But the whole purpose of the show is called Solve. So you try to figure out, who ratted on me? Who was it in my gang that ratted on me, so that that ended up getting me killed? So that whole process was a blast, because we did an entire episode in one day. At one point, we had 6 people all in the booth with our own microphones together. We were improvising some parts, and I think I put a clip on my Instagram, but check it out. You guys can get the podcast, and if you're into like murder mysteries and being a detective,
yes,
it's really fun, because it's interactive in that way that you're solving it yourself, and I think that's a really unique approach to creating a show.
So is every episode a different case, or are they all somehow linked?
It is. Different episodes are different cases. And this one was based on a shootout that happened in North Hollywood, I think in the early 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Like 7 cops were injured, and the 2 gunmen were killed in a bank robbery. So it's pretty wild, like they say, the truth is stranger than fiction. I think that the world is such a magical place, and there's so many amazing things and stories that people have, that my job as an actor or a writer or a director, it's just endless, because there's so many stories and there's so many things that happen, and so much that we can explore. So I really feel like a kid in his playpen or something gets acting, because it brings me so much joy to really imagine what it's like to be another person in another time, and do what they do.
So how did you come across the opportunity to be on this podcast? Did somebody contact you, or is it a thing you auditioned for?
It's a thing I auditioned for. I'm represented by innovative artists, and I love my agents. And yeah, I had been going in for a few different things, and that was a voiceover audition. So I just went in the booth. I had gotten it a day or two before, and I kind of did this like New York, like, hey, let's go.
Okay.
And
I knew I was going to ask what's
Ooh.
different about it. Okay, you
I
did.
like
You did
that.
a voice. Okay.
I like it.
yeah, I'm supposed to be like this calm, cool, collected gang leader, and so it was kind of a cool birthday present from the universe, because I thought, like, all right, I grew up as a kid in a teen doing acting, and now I'm playing bank robbers. It was always a dream of mine to do a bank heist project. So to actually do that, again, it was just further confirmation that I gotta keep doing this. Don't give up. Keep on doing what you love.
Now, do you also try to do theater? Have you ever did theater with your acting?
Or just, you mean musical theater or just acting?
Musical theater.
Both. Yeah, I absolutely love singing.
Oh,
And I've been training a lot recently, and I would love to do a project where I sing and also act. For a little while I stopped acting and I pursued music, and I realized how hard of a business it is. I created some music. I never really released very much of it.
Mm-hmm.
Still have, but I had a project in the past where I was actually cast in a musical, but the project fell through from a lot of different complications. But that's a dream of mine that I would love to do, because in these last, 7 or 8 years, I've been training and doing theater in class, or I've done them in Hollywood, a couple of different shows, and that it's sort of like acting in its purest form, because you don't have a microphone, you can't rely on, a second take. You got to be on your game, ready to go, and it's such a rush having the audience there, because you get that immediate exchange. And so I'm a big fan of theater, and yes, musical theater. I personally am a huge fan of shows
me too.
that have
Which show?
music in them.
Yeah.
Like one of my favorite shows that was on Netflix was called The Get Down, which was like about the birth of hip hop.
Yes.
And Will Smith's son was in it, Jaden.
Jaden.
And of course, the one with Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga.
A Star is Born.
Star is Born. That one broke my heart, but I loved it.
Yes.
Yeah, you just see the marriage between the arts, because I feel that it's all connected, and that, like, I guess there's this old African proverb where it's like, if you can walk, you can dance. If you can talk, you can sing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So everybody is a storyteller, and everyone can sing and dance and do these things. And to see characters who are also musical and they get to act, it brings it full circle. Oh, The Greatest Showman.
I love that movie.
Yes. Loved it.
Oh, that's one of the best movies.
I was dancing. My buddy would laugh at me. He's like, "You're like a 5-year-old watching this." I'm like, "It's the greatest show."
Yes.
I'm dancing.
But did you cry? That's what I need to know.
Oh my! Of course I did. It's never enough. That song.
Oh,
Hits you so hard.
that is honestly one of the best musicals in like the past decade. And it's an original, so it's incredible that Hugh Jackman came up with something so good.
Definitely. Well, I'd love to see you on theater. I did not know you sang. I don't think anything I ever saw you were singing, so I'm upset now.
Yeah, I love men
I never knew that you sang. So we need to definitely make sure,
If you decide to
You do a
pursue music,
project.
you come back on and sing for us.
Oh, yeah. You have to. It's a
Right.
thing.
Reach out.
No, I think that's amazing. Real quick, if you wanted to give out, again, your code that you have for your acting lessons and your information, your social media.
Definitely. So if you want to learn more about me, go to my Instagram at Cody Linley. If you want to pursue acting, check out the link in my bio, or go to CodyLinleyActingClass.com. Oh, wait, sorry. CodyLinleyActingClass.teachable.com. And then the code is DJ Danny 2020. That's DJ DANI 2020. And you can get the class for $90 until the end of the month. And then, so check it out. And then also, if anybody wants to do private lessons, I teach online as well as in person. Go to actingwithcody.com. That's right.
Not .teachable. That's something else. Okay, gotcha.
Yes, teachable.com is the platform that I was able to create the online course with.
Okay. Yeah. And for your, real quick, just so everybody that's tuning in, for your classes where you can do online or you could do in person, now does in person also, like, do they have to be around your area for in person, or do you fly out to them for a cost, or how does that work? Because you know that.
Oh, I mean, I teach in LA and as well as Dallas. So if you live in Los Angeles and I'm in Los Angeles, then typically I'll do a online session first to meet the person. But then if everything's good, then we can meet in person. And then I teach in Dallas seasonally at my mom's acting studio. So if I'm in town during the summer or over Christmas break or spring break, I'm going back to teach there March 16th through the 20th. I can schedule in person there. So those are really the only two places that I teach in person at this time.
Okay.
But I would like to branch out and to, teach all over the world, or go to different places and teach there as well.
Maybe New York or New Jersey next. We're in Jersey, so that's your invite to be on the show in person when you're around the area, obviously. But
yeah, we'll talk about it. You never know. If you know some people, we work it out, we can make it happen.
We got
bing,
what we got.
bada boom.
Bing. Yeah, there you go. All right.
So I want to know, if you had the choice to be in any genre movie, which genre would you want to be in?
That's a hard question, because I honestly, I love acting, and no matter what the genre is, I think what appeals to me the most are powerful stories and then unique characters. So being able to play a crazy character or a heartfelt character, I almost think I would approach it in a similar way, no matter the genre.
Okay.
But in a way, I kind of feel like the genre is the color that you paint with, and that you're going to create the same kind of character, but if you're doing a comedy, then it can't get too dark, or if it's drama, it might be more sincere. So I did when I did Hoovie, when I was 23, I got to play a drama based on a real life guy who had cancer and had to learn how to walk, and eventually led his team to the championships. Then the last film that I had done was a lot more silly, which was Sharknado, and I got to kind of goof off and be irreverent. So I like to mix it up. I'm really open to any of them. It's just, like I said, it has to be something that I respond to, and that I believe in the message that it's promoting. The only time I turn a project down is if it's something that I just don't morally agree with, or I don't think it's worth my time to invest in, because I want to put stuff out there that I can stand behind and say, yeah, that was meant to make you laugh, that was meant to make you think, or made to make you feel.
Yeah.
And I think the majority of projects that people make are they have the same feeling. So the opportunities are endless. There's so many great projects out these days, streaming services and And it's 2020, you know, it's a new year. We got new opportunities. So
New everything.
I'm excited
Yeah.
for myself as well as other artists and for you all. Good luck to you in your future. And everyone listening as well.
Cody, we have to say thank you so much for everything. This was an amazing interview.
Yes.
I really enjoyed speaking with you. It's better to talk in person than over email, by the way. Because like I said earlier, I feel like I harassed you with thousands of emails, and then my one email wasn't working, and I had to switch to another one. So I apologize on that, on my end. But
Hey, you are like a one-woman show. I dig it. I appreciate your readiness. You know, you have to. You're out there doing it, you know, so that's really cool, and that your sister's doing it with you today. That's awesome. I'm glad I got to meet y'all in person or on camera. And
camera, person, same thing. I was gonna say she only jumps on for guests she knows on my show.
Well, people that I care about, yeah. Because then I'm able to, like, really ask questions and know what I'm asking.
Cody, she cares about you. There you go. All right.
feel the love.
Thank you so much. Before we do end the interview, because I know you also have a meeting that's coming up shortly, would we be able to get a radio tag promo from you?
Sure.
Okay, so you're going to say your name. You're going to say, you can say, you know, you play Jake Ryan on Hannah Montana, whatever you want to promote in that lifespan.
I would say you're Jake Ryan from Hannah Montana, because that's what you're more known as, and then people will be like,
And mullet
"Ooh."
fingers.
Yeah, but whatever.
Okay. And then you're going to say you're listening to the DJ DANI show. And then the second one, you're going to say you're listening to Hamilton Radio. But I can walk you through it again, so it's fine. Whenever
DJ
you're ready.
Okay.
Yes.
Y'all recording, so I'm good to go?
Yeah. You're,
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You're
All right.
good.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Cody Linley here, and you're listening to DJ DANI Show. I can do it again. Let's see. Do you want me to like list some of the things that I've been in
Sure.
when I say it?
Yeah, so you know how in the beginning of the show I had Adrian Armonte, who was Esteban from Sweet Life?
And he said, "Hey, it's Esteban from Sweet Life, Zach Cody."
But he mentioned his full long name that he's known for. You
Yeah.
can do that because that'll be the beginning of my show. Like
And
I'll be promoting that every time I have my show.
yeah.
All right, cool.
It's your time to shine.
All right. Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Cody Linley, Jake Ryan from Hannah Montana, and you're listening to DJ DANI Show.
And Hamilton
Cool.
Radio. Yeah, and Hamilton Radio.
Do the same thing, but for Hamilton Radio, right?
Yes, please. Thank you.
All right. What's up? It's Cody Linley. I play Jake Ryan on Hannah Montana, and you're listening to Hamilton Radio.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Do
Great
you have
job.
anything else you want to say to him before we let him go?
Well, I don't know if this is asking too much, but our birthday is coming up in March, and it would be really awesome to get an autograph from you.
Aw. Yeah. Email me the address, and I can send something your way.
Oh, thank you so much. I feel
would-
so bad
It's asking too much.
No, it's not. I'm a fan.
Ruben's got my back.
Yeah, see, you know Ruben. There you go.
Well, I mean, you know, you don't have to, but I had to ask.
That's nice of you, Cody.
Thank you so
Sure.
much, Cody. We really had an awesome time having you. Keep me updated with other projects that you have going on. I will
Especially if you
definitely-
do music.
Yes. But if
I
you
am.
have like a new movie that you're going to be maybe directing behind, let me know, shoot me a message, or I'll reach out to you and we'll get you back on here to promote it because that's all we try to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's your time.
Spread the word.
So, thank you so much. I had an amazing time. Good luck on your meeting. Positive vibes your way. And thank you so much.
And it has been really great getting to know you.
Absolutely. Right back at y'all. I'll talk to you soon, and have a wonderful birthday.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
Cody.
Thank you all so much. Have a great night.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.
God, he's so cute. His hairstyle reminds me of my boyfriend.
We're going to do 2 on 28 because it's the same.
Ugh.